Welcome back to part 7 of my Let's Build Dark Ride with Planet Coaster. God, I'm not doing very well today. Yes, in this episode I am still building Hell, and towards the end I move on into some of the house, which is still not completed. This is taking way longer than I anticipated, but I don't mind so much. I'm just wondering when it's gonna end. My frame rate is suffering a little bit, but that is mainly due to the intense amount of stuff that I've been building. So I've deleted some stuff in my park that I don't like, and there are still some things that I probably will delete. I deleted the Mexican buildings, one of the first buildings I made. I didn't like it very much. I mean, I don't mind them, but I thought I needed that space to do something a bit cooler. I've learned a lot since I made those things. And I also deleted the ride that was surrounding it. I think it was a giant Ferris wheel thing. And I just deleted lots of plants and lots of unnecessary things around that area, because I wanted to see if I could save as much frame rate as possible, and also because I'm going to readapt that area in the future to a child's area or a kiddie area. I think at the moment it's all not set in stone, but that's what's going to happen, I think. In this episode you'll see a lot of skulls being placed, and a lot of lighting will be happening, which is always, I don't know, always fun. I tried to get rid of the blue water, and I realized that it would be a bit too difficult. I couldn't quite click on it for some reason. I think it's a sort of bug. It happens to me sometimes. Sometimes when I'm hanging the hanging vines, like the seaweed, I couldn't click on that, and I couldn't delete that. And then I opened up the game another time, and I could just click on it, and that was fine. So I don't know. I think it's a bit buggy in that regard. So I have opted to keep the blue water tile. Also for the fact that I couldn't really get the white tile to glow, and it also has an ugly, I mean not ugly, but it is sort of ugly for this build, sort of concrete texture. So I am defeated about that, and I will not be changing the floor to a white tile, because it didn't work. Oh well. It doesn't matter too much, because I still think it looks okay. The red is the eye-catching part, and that's the important thing. That's the bit that's hopefully going to sell it as Hell. I did some sort of walkthroughs of it, and some parts when it goes to the house are far too fast, and I don't want to put a chain lift there because the chain lift has railings and they detract from the atmosphere. So I have to sort of think, maybe the brakes work. I know the boosters of the roller coasters don't work, but I think maybe the brakes work. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know if that's going to happen. Also, I got a really cool suggestion to make sort of smoke and atmosphere, and that's basically the cannons. And I have to admit, I went a bit crazy with the cannon placements. They're sort of buried deep underground, but you can still see the smoke, and I think it's awesome. And I hope when the game's released, and closer to the day, they're gonna have sort of effects, smoke effects, sound effects. That would be so cool, uploading your own sound effects and just put them in little boxes. I can just imagine myself recording screams and all sorts of funny, weird stuff. You can make anything then, you can literally make, I also would love an ability to upload, images that you've made yourself to make signs, things like that. Things that would be wonderful. And as you can see, the lights are getting darker, and that means it's gonna be time for me to add lots of lighting, because I usually have to wait around for the darkness to come, and it already, I don't know, it just makes it that much better. I don't think this Hell would work without that lighting, and it can be a bit tricky placing the lighting somewhere. It's possible that I have some floating spotlights, but there are some that are sort of floating at the ceiling, so maybe it looks like they're attached to the ceiling. I don't know. I still haven't put the roof on yet. I got a comment saying have fun with that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I gotta say. But I think I have to put some more rocks and stuff up there to make it look a bit underground. But it should be easy to cover with forest. You won't be able to see the warehouse building, hopefully. And there's a part that I haven't built yet, which is just past the house. The house, after you go out the house, you go back into a graveyard. And I'm going to make some mausoleums and some crypts that are very much inspired by Highgate Cemetery and Bethnal Green Cemetery, some cemeteries in London, and the Catacombs of Paris. Maybe I'm sick of the skulls, so that won't be there as much. It's going to be more, I don't know, more different things. I'm quite happy with how some of the rooms turned out. The bedroom in particular, the stuff, the objects I used sort of look like a bed. I'm not super happy with all the other furniture. I made some tables and some chairs, and I don't know, the inside of the house looks very, very bare. And I was quite playful with the lighting in there. There's a bit more liberal with the use of colours. There's some purple room, there's some green, and some red, and there's some sort of dungeon-like torture room. I think the story goes that the theatre owner was also a serial killer, and he was rumoured to kill many people from the town and bury them underneath his house. And one of the rooms underneath his house is the room that he used for the dark arts. And that was where the gateway to hell spawned. Something like that. But it's all in all, I'm quite happy with it. I don't think I'm going to build another dark ride for a little while, because, well, I'm going to wait until the update happens, and then I will have probably a new park which I will start, which will be based on sort of, cities and courtyards and architecture and things inside skyscrapers, that kind of thing. And I will make some city skylines videos, because I keep talking about it, and I'm going to do that. And I also make probably some Let's Builds in The Sims. I like making houses, probably make some haunted houses or something. I don't know. This is all sort of in the conceptual stage, because right now I'm still working on Hell, and I will be in Hell for the majority of this video. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the building of Hell. Oh yeah, just one more thing. At the end of this little sort of passageway is going to be Satan's throne. You can't really see it when you're on the ride that it's a throne, but you can see it sort of when it's being built, so that's at least something, I guess. But I like it. I guess it made it a bit different as you sort of, to make each Hell scene different. But as I say, there's only so much I can do with these objects and tools. And I've been trying to really, really push it. I really have. And I'm more or less sort of satisfied with how. And now I know more what I can build in my next parts. So tune in for the next part, where even more will be happening. And I wonder if I will even time-lapse the roof being put on, because how interesting could that possibly be? Well, let me know if you want the roof time lapse. I don't know. I always go a bit of a touch up that I don't put onto a time lapse. I ride the ride, make sure every object's in the right place, and this and that, and yada yada yada. So that usually isn't filmed for time lapse, because that's it's nothing substantial and it's nothing interesting to watch in time lapse form. So we shall see in the future. So tune in for part 8, which will be happening either tomorrow or the day after, but pretty much tomorrow. I try to make these videos happen regularly, because I think that's how YouTube works, really. You have to sort of keep making these videos for people to watch them, and blah blah blah, and which is fine by me. I'll probably stop making it when I get bored, which I don't know. I'm very unpredictable. So I will see you in the next part. Bye for now. Wow, you made it to the end. If you like what you see, click here for more or subscribe if you want.